外の隅でまた霞み始めてる。決意揺らぎそうでも閉ざされた空、その鍵を壊せばそう握られた刃はまだ持て余されて、加速する共鳴が言霊を脈打たせてく。あなたへと注がれた光の雨、瞳に映ったこの世界を守るため、気づ がれた光の雨瞳に映ったこの世界を守るため立ち向かうそれは心もやせが隅でまた霞み始めてる決意揺らぎそうでも閉ざされた空その鍵を壊せばそう握られた刃はまだ持て余されて加速する共鳴が言霊を脈打たせてく注がれた光の雨瞳に映ったこの世界を れた光の雨瞳に
Okay, I think this is recording. Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome everyone to the ChainLink Chain Guardian live stream featuring the Zorare character reveal. My name is Ben with Chain Guardians, and if you pronounce that name wrong a few times during the live stream, trust me, you are not alone. Chances are we will do the same as well. I'm joined by an esteemed panel of individuals today. We're going to give a very brief introduction of everyone. All I need from you is a quick Lolita fist as I give your introduction, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the live stream. So first of all, we have Keenan from ChainLink on the community and development side of things. We have co-founder Robbie, who has as much hair as he has brains, and head honcho Emma, CEO of ChainGuardians. Before we get moving too much further into the live stream, a couple things to keep in mind. First and foremost, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, so you can stay up to date with everything ChainGuardians related and be involved throughout the live stream process and giveaways in the future. That leads us to our next point. Down in the description below is the first link that we have available to our tweet. The tweet is as we continue to get towards the AMA section of the live stream, that's what you're going to want to use, is using CGCL as hashtag and replying to that tweet so we can get all of your questions loaded for an opportunity to be involved in the giveaway process. So, that being said, go to Twitter, go to that tweet, add your question in there and use hashtag CGCL for a chance to be involved in the AMA giveaway section at the end. All right. Time to dust off the mana hammers and get the shields ready. Keenan, your direction here. Can you mind giving us a brief introduction of who you are and then dive a little bit deeper into what ChainLink is and what you guys are doing in the space?
And yeah, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I have a presentation.
Keenan, sorry, just hang on. Do you mind giving your introduction one more time? It looks like we had some audio issues there. Sorry about that, buddy.
I'm really sorry about that.
No worries. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, and it's not going to be redundant because you're awesome times two, so it'll work just as good the second.
Cool. Well, what I was saying was, yeah, thank you, Ben. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Emma, for having us on. It's been a pleasure working with your team throughout the whole journey, and it's really exciting to see Chain Guardians grow. It's been absolutely insane to see the excitement around what you guys are doing. A little bit about myself. Been with the ChainLink team or ChainLink Labs team for a year and a half. Working on ChainLink. For those that don't know, we're a decentralized Oracle network. We also provide verifiably secure randomness for different NFT applications that you might see in ChainGuardians. So what this VRF does is essentially allows you to provably randomize different aspects of your applications. And so in the case of ChainGuardian, you can create a different character, and each of their traits are going to be provably secure. I have a presentation I could go into, but a funny example too is we were kind of all like laughing before this, like, hey, like there's a bunch of people asking where the ChainLink site is so that they get to hop on. And what's so great about ChainLink VRF is not Emma, not Robbie, not Ben, not myself. None of us are able to go on there and, mint a special character. We were sitting there saying like, oh, like, it's like maybe we want to let a couple other people go first so we could see if the odds will be better to get one of the higher, more rare cards. And so what's great about this is that it's provably secure on chain, that no one's cheating the system. And so that's exactly what we are trying to do with ChainLink VRF and be able to enable with pushing this NFT industry forward.
Yeah, thanks for that, Keenan. I think that's such an interesting thing. specifically as the industry continues to evolve, as we continue to get deeper and deeper in different layers, the lexicon and the purview of lexicon becomes so complex, and sometimes it's so difficult to kind of explain to new people coming into space, hey, what is VRF? You know, how do these different use cases come to be?
Yeah.
So just bare bones, could you maybe, like, from a user that's coming in, just bare bones, kind of off the streets, introduction into blockchain, can you maybe give just a very brief kind of synopsis of what VRF is?
Yeah, so the way that you could think about it, and I think you kind of just talked about it with like the lexicons, you know, when you're going to, let's say, I mean, even if you're doing it in person, but let's say you're playing like virtual poker online or virtual gambling, and you're just on a regular website. How do you know that that person that created that website isn't kind of manipulating those cards in the back end so that, you know, the house wins a few more times than not? There's no way to be able to see that actually is what's happening. There's no way to see, say, if, you know, ChainGuardian was not built through blockchain technology and with something on the sorts of VRF, that any one of us as a developer on the back end of things are, you know, making our card the rare card and changing our skills for this game. And so that's essentially what VRF is able to do, is you're able to prove that through the blockchain, that no one is manipulating that data, that it is provably random. And so I think that is the best way to explain to, you know, my grandma for sitting around at the holiday dinners of kind of like, what is Chainlink VRF and like, how does that work? I think the same thing even goes as staying in person. If you're going to like Vegas, for example, or a casino, how do you know that those slot machines or one of these computerized things are actually random, or it's not, you know, slightly turned towards the house? You know, you could use something like Chainlink VRF to actually be able to prove that on the back end through the technology, and it's public open source.
Beautiful. No, that's great description. Appreciate you kind of elaborating on that. I think once you get the Vegas VRF stuff figured out, Keenan, I think we should go to Vegas together, bud. I think we should make that happen once everything kind of wraps down. And just to kind of piggyback off that, I know that all of us in the team are so excited to be able to roll everything out with Chainlink that we've done between Chainlink and ChainGuardians. And I wanted to reach out to you and say thanks, man. It's been so fluid, so easy working with you. So thank you for your fluidity throughout this process.
Oh yeah, no, y'all make it easy, so it's always a lot of fun.
I know we were joking before the stream with your background, but my gosh, the blur effect, it really accentuates everything that you bring to the table here, bud.
That's why I was asking you guys for the Zoom, though, so because the Zoom, I get the nice virtual background.
Well, maybe next time, man. We'll see. All right, so moving forward, Emma, I'm going to bring you forward here. Being the head honcho, CEO, boss lady of the Cryptoverse ChainGuardian side of things, you really don't need much of an introduction just because of kind of how well known you are in this space. But do you mind giving a brief introduction for everyone that might be new here?
Hey, this is Anne. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Guardians, and I'm not that well known, but anyway, thank you. So I actually started in crypto back in 2015, mostly doing crypto mining, and then involved in the NFT space in 2017. We started this ChainGuardian project. For those that might not know or first time joining us here today, we started back in 2019 with two of my co-founders. One of them is with us today, is Robbie. And then what is ChainGuardian? So we are the world's first blockchain superhero gaming ecosystem. And we're here to build a game that's fun for the players, and also combine that with interesting story lore and high quality NFT art, where because of blockchain, we get to also incorporate play to earn and DeFi in our ecosystem. So for those who still don't know us, just come and check us out. And then thank you. I'm very honored here today to have a host a live stream of Chainlink. As you know, I started in crypto quite early, so I actually been following Chainlink since day one. So I know it's like, oh my God, so one day do you actually get to work with the project that you admire for this many years. So it's pretty amazing. So I'm very happy that we actually, ChainGuardian had a chance to integrate our smart contract with Chainlink's VRF, which is the verifiable random function into our NFT. And this is what we're going to share with everybody today. Is the way that you will see that the NFT will be generated randomly throughout the minting. And then I'll actually do a few demos today, and we will mint some NFT live and give it away. So, okay, and I just also wanted to quickly talk about how we actually designed the NFT. So in the past, we actually, as the first blockchain superhero project, we got to work with many different projects to develop the superhero. And normally what we do is that we actually get to work with the different projects management team and develop the superhero. But for Chainlink, when we first engaged them, we said, why don't we do something different this time? Let's involve their community, because Chainlink is very big on community and they have lots of supporters. Then we said, okay, let's get them to vote and see what they want. What do they envision the superhero will look like? So that's why so a few months ago we actually did a vote with Chainlink to ask the community member to vote for their ideal guardian that for Chainlink. So here I just want to quickly share some results, and then that will kind of guide you to how we designed the character. So we basically asked 4 questions to the Chainlink community. First one being simple question: do you want a male or female? So we got a pretty much tight result. Male just slightly, beat the female this time. So that's why we designed a male guardian for Chainlink. The next question is interesting. So we asked if you want a futuristic character to represent Chainlink, or more like a beast, like an animal character, right? And then this one, we have 78% to say they really want a futuristic character to represent Chainlink. So I think our artists actually done a very good job, designing a character who's somewhat futuristic. I'm not going to talk too much about how the artist's concept. He will actually talk about it later, but then you will learn a little bit more understanding of how he developed the character. And then the third one is we asked the community, do you want the character to be more friendly in nature, or he's more like temperamental? But then knowing the community of Chainlink, there's good people, they say, you know what, we want a friendly character. Our artist is a little bit disappointed actually, because he wanted to do someone that's more aggressive, but still it's good. And then the last question is, do you want a good guy or like a badass type of character, right? Of course, knowing Chainlink, they say we want a good guy. But then although artist was like, oh, come on, I want to draw the bad guy, or like somebody who's like a badass, but still, I think based on what they vote, and I'm very happy that our artist was still able to, design somebody who's very amazing. Like he's actually one of our other co-founders' favorite character right now in our ecosystem. So now I'm gonna pass it on to Robbie, and he will talk a little bit more about our tech integration with Chainlink.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for that, Emma. I think the coolest thing about all this. Sorry to interject a little bit here, Rob. We'll get to you here shortly. I know you like your screen time, buddy. We'll make sure we get you ample screen time here.
I got a bad throat today, so I'm chill.
He even got a haircut just for Chainlink.
It's funny. We were talking about that too. Robbie got a haircut. I got a haircut. Keenan looks great. Emma's over here and shows all of us up. It comes in looking beautiful. So.
I have to curl my hair for Chainlink today. Sometimes I just keep it like, oh, whatever.
But no, wrapping it back into things here. I know that Emma, you mentioned that you were a fan of Chainlink too, and I think that's the coolest thing about this working together that we've done with Chainlink ChainGuardians is how we align with so many different aspects between our businesses. So it's great. Big fan of it. All right, Rob. Sorry to interject a little bit. The time is yours, man.
It's all good. So first of all, just want to say, apologies to everybody for the terrible internet that they seem to have in Canada, because the start of that from Emma was just hard work to listen to. So, hopefully, thanks for bearing with us on that. It seemed that it sorted itself out. I blame it on Emma's lateness to the party. About 2 minutes before stream, she rocks up. Me, Keenan, and Ben have been sat here, making sure that we're all set up for you all, and Emma's just like, yeah, I'm here now. So what, But anyway, So. Just bringing it back to, just to reiterate again, I think everybody said this. Obviously, Chainlink are a massive part of the crypto space now, and what the technology that they continue to bring to the table in moving forth blockchain adoption and the problems that they're solving is none short of phenomenal, right? obviously, I think everybody in the space is more than aware of them, and if you're not, then I don't know how you found your way to us before knowing who Chainlink are, so you need to go and check them out. So and just secondly, just to reiterate again that, you know, working with Chainlink has been nothing short of an absolute pleasure. They have been completely flexible and receptive to all of our consistent ever-going changes in terms of aligning marketing, and just really super helpful with that regard. So thank you, Keenan, you know, yourself and Rory from a marketing perspective, and the likes of Mike, Oliver and Todor from the tech side of things have just been absolutely world class, and it's just, you're such a credit to Chainlink. So thank you so much, guys. Looping back on the tech side of things here, with respect to VRF. Now everybody's aware, or I would hope are aware of them. You know, the oracles from Chainlink. They kind of very much championed that, right? And they kind of are this kind of flagship oracle in my mind, or certainly one of, without a shadow of a doubt. And obviously the new kind of technology that they're now developing, and VRFs amongst that, are also solving a huge problem. And I don't think it can be understated that just how important this is, not just for NFTs and gaming, but a wider market, a much wider market. But you know, I could spend hours talking about that, but I want to just hone in a little bit on, obviously, with regards to the effect it has on our ecosystem, in particular with NFTs and ChainGuardians. So first of all, obviously, this is more like, what we've done here is like a proof of concept. Look, this technology works. Look, we can integrate it with our ecosystem, and it's a first step in many ways. You know, there's far more to be done. From our perspective, in terms of, from a technical perspective, in terms of the use case here is huge. Just to give you kind of some like conceptual ideas here. If you think about, like, and Keenan used the analogy with regards to poker, which is an excellent one, but like for those of you that like thinking from a gaming perspective, it's like the numbers for, like, let's say you play FIFA, you open a pack of FIFA cards, it's like, who are you trusting that they are being fair there, right? You know, like that I'm going to get the shiny golden bad boy Messi, right? Well, how do you know that is based on fairness? You don't. And this is kind of like bringing forth that provably fair randomness, because it's on chain. You can't argue with it. It's like irrefutable math. And in one way, it's like, you know, things that are on chain should never be random. So quite how they've done it and quite how this tech works, I don't know. I just know that it does, and it's really impressive, and we're proving that it works here. Secondly, in terms of the additional use case here, that this is right now, it's like we're proving it works with like random color aesthetics, right? But actually, this can apply to character statistics. If you unbox, let's say, a character, and you're like, you know, we've got a max power range, using ChainGuardians terms here, of 80 to 100. If you were to do that now, it would have to be like off chain. We'd have to do that in our back end and use like some, you know, randomness calculations and algorithms or whatever, code scripts, and you'd have to trust us that they're real, they're right? Now, most of the time, like, you know, obviously you would like to think like a reputable company is being fair, but, you know, who knows? Whereas with this, with VRF, we use that, we implement it, it is. There's no argument. We can prove it. Because if you're clever enough to go back and look through all of the different, you know, like on-chain kind of, let's say, transactions, then you can see how and where that number has been arrived from. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, Keenan, in any way. Beyond that, you know, beyond just not just, you know, the random colors, the random statistics, if we want to have that randomness, we think about the potential that we can have on the mining here. Now, we've been very lucky in the fact that our NFT mining, we've had like users just kind of trust that we're basically being very fair, and with the randomness of how those numbers are generated, and really, you know, you can get a good general feel for the fact that we're doing that really fairly, because, you know, generally speaking, the numbers should reflect the rewards. If anybody cares to go back through 40,000 blocks since we kicked that off and do the math on it, good luck, have fun. But, you know, we know, because we're the devs at back end, we're doing it fairly. You as the user have to trust that we are. But again, longer term, as we begin to develop the integration or the collaboration with regards to Chainlink's VRF in further, more acutely, there's no reason why, if we move the NFT mining on chain, we can't also use Chainlink's VRF to verify those rewards that are kicking out to you all, right? So in terms of the potential impact that VRF can have, it's huge. And I think that every NFT game or blockchain game in the space should be looking to or considering implementation of VRF to ensure that their users are getting a fair deal where they've got a trustless service, which is essentially what the whole concept of being on chain and decentralization is. So that's the impact beyond where we're currently at.
Yeah, that's great, Rob. I mean, you're always so eloquent with the way that you hold yourself and you're able to present yourself to the community. So thank you for always doing such a great job. Can you maybe touch just a little bit and reiterate for us kind of how revolutionary this is? And I believe that this is we are changing the industry with this integration, correct? Can you maybe just kind of go over that once more so that we can kind of illustrate that so that everyone's aware of what we're doing and how big it is and just how valuable this connection is with Chainlink and ChainGuardian?
Yeah, I feel like we're one of the first, if not the first, to implement VRF. Certainly in this way. I know that I believe Avagotchi may have done something with Chainlink VRF as well. So it may have been something similar. I'm not exactly sure what the end use case was for that, to be honest with you. It was in a period of where it was sort of pretty busy for us. But I know that and obviously Avagotchi, however you want to pronounce the name, apologies to if anybody's watching from their project, may, obviously I've looked to implement it or to have what effect there. And obviously, for those who are not aware of Avagotchi, obviously they're a huge project within the blockchain gaming space and very successful. So obviously they see the benefit too. We are one of the first. Beyond, I think maybe they may have done something with it first, but certainly in terms of this particular use case to showcase it in such a unique way, we are the first to do that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think obviously with regards to Avagotchi, it had been a lot of back end stuff. So you'd see, like, for example, with our statistics, you wouldn't know, like, unless you're kind of in game or whatever, you'd see that. Whereas we've done it in a very visual way, and it's a case of saying, look, hey world, look at this amazing use case that VRF has got, right? And as always, we love to be pioneers of essentially, being amongst the first to integrate technology that we think that is going to be groundbreaking within the space, so that we can essentially accelerate adoption. It's part of what we feel is, almost an unwritten rule for blockchain gaming developers and also just blockchain developers in the world. It's an educational impact as well, not just for the users but also for the developers as well, that this amazing product is there, and it's the world's first from Chainlink, and we're one of the world's first to demonstrate it, and we're just super proud to be a part of that.
Yeah, I know it's certainly central to ChainGuardian's beliefs is being on the cutting edge of the tech and the tech integration side of things. And obviously, Keenan, I'm sure that you would be able to confirm that's very similar mindset for Chainlink as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, it's especially working with you, Robbie, and Emma, was first like coming with these ideas too of exciting ways to integrate, we can all like kind of spin up an NFT, or not everyone, but like you create just like a JPEG, and we kind of saw this in, especially at the beginning, but like doing something that's cutting edge with these and creating different character traits and building this community around this to be able to take it more than just placing something on OpenSea and selling something. And so I think that's what's really exciting. And yeah, Robbie, there was someone in the chat that was saying you must have opened up some bad packs of FIFA cards when you said it so passionately, and I think you explained VRF, I think, almost even better than I could. But it's so true. You know, it comes down to definitive truth of where something is coming from, and it's just amazing. Yeah, working with your team and seeing where this is headed. So definitely excited for the future of just technology in general and what it's enabling for gaming and art and digitization of different aspects of our life.
Yeah, certainly. It's always exciting. I mean, especially in this space, things are changing so fast. And so I think we're
Yeah.
all, as the space continues to evolve and grow, I think we're all really excited. You know, even if a competitor gets somewhere first, we're still excited to see where the community goes, because ultimately, and specifically, you know, on the Chain Guardians side of things, and a lot of companies are the same, is to be the company to kind of pilot some of this mainstream adoption, specifically within the purview of NFT gaming for Chain Guardians. On that front, just a quick reminder to get that tweet in. So if you haven't submitted your questions yet, go to our Twitter using the first link down in the description. Reply to that tweet using CGCL. We're going to be getting to the Q&A section here shortly. Before we get that, unfortunately, our world-class renowned artist Noi is not able to be here today. He's kind of the lead and really the center of what we're able to do with a lot of this really amazing art. So he did do a pre-recorded segment. We're going to toss it over to Noi. I do want to give you guys a heads up here. It would so behoove you to pay very close attention and have chat ready for this segment. You'll find out why here in a moment.
Hit record. Okay, I think this is recording. Hey guys, what's up? Noi here. It's pretty late at night. I just had this brilliant idea because I can't make it to the live stream. I thought I would make a recording of this thing. I am the lead designer, lead artist, character artist for Chain Guardians, and designer for Zorare, Chainlink's Guardian. From what I remember, I think this was a Guardian that was voted by the community. So they just gave us all the traits. Community voted on what they wanted to see, and I just took it all and I just gumbled it together and came up with this character that I thought represented what the community wanted. So let me share with you my screen. Whoa, what happened there? The power of technology. I can shrink myself into the bottom right hand corner. Alright, so this is pretty much what we ended up with. I think we tweaked them a bit more. I don't think this is the final. It kind of looks a bit different, but as you can see, he's like just a handsome character, right? Just a dude, bro. He's pretty cool looking. He's part android, part human, and the concept behind him was, in my mind, I wanted him to be an android that can continuously augment himself, keep on improving on his robotics. So if you beat him the first time, he will go back, make his armor more powerful, and then probably come by and kick your butt the next time. So I'm looking at it now, and I've incorporated I've incorporated the Chainlink logo into the sword. Which I think I actually called the Chainlink sword for some reason. But yeah, that's the design that we settled on. And if he reminds you of a character that's existing, that's in another very popular anime, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'll let you guys take a guess, and if you can guess, I'll buy you a cookie. Maybe not a cookie. But yeah, I want to show you guys also this. I'm really sleepy right now. I want to show you guys the early designs of this thing, which I think is kind of cool. I like seeing early designs from artists, so I thought you guys might appreciate this as well. The first guy here, you see, he has like he can spawn these energy frisbees from his legs, where he can pull them off and throw them at your face. I thought that was pretty cool. And the middle one here, and has a Chainlink sword, in case you didn't know what that was. And I even did this really nice graphic design thing, which I think is pretty cool looking. I don't know what font that is, but I might get that as a tattoo or something. But I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, the sword here is inspired by, what's that game? The character's name is Ivy. It's from a fighting game, Soul Calibur, I think. Yeah. Where the sword kind of breaks apart and it becomes a whip as well. I thought that was kind of a cool idea, but I don't think I drew it well. I don't think the drawing turned out that well. It just looked like really confusing. But we ended up with just a regular sword, which is cool. And I think even with a regular sword, it could still break apart and become a chain. I still think that's a cool concept. but maybe this version of the sword instead. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed or not too, but the middle character obviously inspired by Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I don't have any original ideas anymore, it seems. But no, to be honest, all ideas nowadays are just iterations of other ideas. There's no more original idea, and this is what we ended up with as the final. There's OG, that's the original one, and these are the souped up super ones. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show you this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Just different color combinations, and I kind of like the way these ones look as well. They kind of look like Iron Man, and I've incorporated the ChainLink logo into the chest piece there as well, which I thought was pretty clever, just to kind of hammer home the fact that this character is ChainLink's character. So yeah, with that said, I really enjoyed drawing this character. So much fun. Thank you, ChainLink, for allowing me to design your Guardian. And thank you to the community for coming up with such an awesome description for the character to where I can base this design on. So with that said, I'm going to shoot it back over to Emma. I don't know, but I'll see you guys later. Bye. Emma, I don't know.
All right. Well, as always, Noi it's always a pleasure to hear from him. And this is where I always put my obligatory. I'm such a Noi fanboy. Because I am, and the cool thing about what we're doing here is that with the VRF and kind of the minting process that you guys are going to see here in a minute, because Emma, you could actually start sharing your screen right now if you want to. We're going to kind of move into that segment while I'm talking here for a moment. But once we get into kind of the minting process here, I feel like I take a step back away from being in ChainGuardians, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the character reveal every time has me going back to being a fan, going back to someone sitting on the edge of their seat. So it's always so interesting to see what he's able to create. Emma, I know you're working on sharing your screen, but do you want to talk a little bit about what the answer to Noi's question was there, and kind of the amazing thing that we were able to do from a giveaway perspective?
Can you guys actually see the screen?
Yep, you're good, Emma.
The ChainLink character?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, somebody actually got the answer. It's Genos from One Punch Man. So that's how Noi pictured the character. It's like a noble, dedicated, enjoy a human that can be learned from his defeat and then upgrade as he, adopt to have more stronger armor. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think as well, Emma, I know that the art and you liaise with Noi fairly all the time. But I think as well, a couple of key points there is as well, I think some of the things that we said to Noi as well is, for example, the Link community are referred to as Link Marines, right? And this guy also has that marine element to him as well. You could just see him as part of the future Marine Corps, right? So he's also got that that going for him too. And somebody else also said in chat, I noticed that he also has a look of Eren Yeager, which I'd completely agree with it in the face without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I think the answer that Noi was looking for and the one that he used as inspiration was Genos from One Punch Man. So congratulations to that person.
Yeah, and just looking at the process here as we're going, Emma, it's so cool to be able to see the creation and be involved from the user perspective, be involved in the process here. I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff on the screen here. People always want to know the hash rates of our characters. So these are the Zorare hash rates, and this is the website you can visit to start minting your Zorare. So get on it.
You might need to accept the transaction here, Emma. Make sure you accept the
I
transaction.
accepted already.
Okay,
yeah, on
okay.
Ledger, yeah. I know.
So it does take some time just because we want to ensure that
it takes about.
Yeah, we want to ensure that it is.
Because it has a two transaction. It has to go to the regular minting, and then also it has to do that Chainlink's VRF, the randomness function to it. So take about up to almost maybe 2 minutes.
On average, our developer says about 2 minutes. which because of the complexity of the VRF. So it does take a little bit of time, which is totally worth it for provably fair randomness in my view. And also I think it's really pretty to watch this kind of float through. So I think, to be fair, you know, the users may have even cottoned on to this now, Emma, because
Oh yeah,
you've got the website link. So the idea is, guys, obviously, you guys can probably get on there pretty soon. Oh, Harley said that the website's currently blocking him. So I think Adam's been super clever and blocked people out until such a point that we tell him to enable it. So well played, Adam. Thank you for that.
I think he's just blocking Holly.
So as soon as Emma's done these mints, guys, you know, for the giveaways, I think that we'll enable it, and you guys can get on there and get minting if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. And after we're done kind of getting all three here, we're going to do 3 examples randomized. Once we get all 3 of those done, we're going to move into the segment here where we start to do the AMA style. And a couple things to keep in mind here. We have someone on the back end doing a lot of kind of looking through all the different questions submitted on Twitter. As that list is submitted to me, it contains no usernames whatsoever, so it completely avoids any bias or claim of bias from our perspective. And we'll pretty much just use the remaining time. I know we had the one Zorare giveaway that we just had kind of snuck into the noise segment, but we also have Keenan has so graciously offered 2 swag packs from the Chainlink side of things. And then y'all know us. We're always about community. I think you guys get really tired of listening to me say everything Chain Guardians does centers around the ecosystem and the community that comprises that ecosystem. So we are giving away 2 more Zorare as well today. And so all 4 of those giveaways will be a derivative of all questions answered, or the questions answered during the Q&A segment. And we're going to ask, as we go through those questions, the panel members here, the wonderful panel members here, to be able to pick their favorite question that they answered, and then we will appropriately connect with you so that we can get the goodies in your hands. All right.
Can I say the NFT has been minted? Yeah, I wanted to show. So this is the one that we just minted while Ben is talking. I also just want to show you, if you click on My Guardians, you'll see which one that you own. So I was doing some on-chain testing earlier to make sure that this will go smoothly. So I actually minted 2 earlier. So this one's my common. Pretty good. So we got a common, rare, and uncommon in my wallet. But now I'm going to mint another one. This is exciting.
Why? Yeah. How come Emma gets to mint so many?
What's the?
No, I was. What is the what?
Is like uncommon the middle one, and then rare is the rarest.
There's actually a legendary. Emma, can you show the how it works page, please? Is it on the how it works page? I think. Yeah, here it goes. So if you scroll down here on the how it works page, keep going, Em. So there, yeah, the breakdown of the probability for generating the NFT. Legendary design, there's a 0.78% chance of getting legendary. A 16.4% chance of getting the rare design, 32.8% for uncommon, and 50% for common.
Yeah. And then, there's the hash rate where most people care the most.
Yeah.
Common will get you 850, 1,150, rare 1,200, and legendary 1,400.
And to be clear, all of the Zorare Guardians are, of legendary quality in the RPG. The only thing that we made it affect is obviously A, the color that you will get, and B, the mining hash rate. So we decided to up the stakes a little bit. Obviously, we adjust those mining hash rates on the back end on the back end web side of things. Yeah, we thought that it would increase the excitement for those trying to get the rarer color Zorares, purely as well because actually the legendary one, theoretically there might be none, But he is minted, then his hash rate is comparable with the top kind of 5 to 10 NFTs within the ChainGuardians ecosystem.
Right. Yeah.
Can we also just mention that the price is actually pegged to USD, right? So that's why it's changing now. As like each time you might see a slightly different price because I think we actually pegged it to USD.
It's because Ether's taken off, man. What a day.
Yeah, exactly.
For
I know.
Ether, right?
What a day for Ether for the past month.
Yeah, I mean, what a year for Ether, really, right? Yeah.
Okay,
So
let's mint the second one.
is that the second one fully minted there, Emma?
No, not yet. No, not that fast.
Oh,
I just
okay.
actually submitted. So,
Gotcha.
But you can continue to talk.
Yeah, so I think one of the important things to keep in mind is that, especially for people that are going to be moving forward with getting Zorare on your team, the important thing to keep in mind is they are immediately available for use in the NFT mining, gamified NFT mining platform. There will be a little bit of a delay while we ensure that all of our graphics and animations are optimized before you can use it in the RPG. But just keep in mind that we obviously work as quick as fast as we can to make sure that with consideration for quality and what we offer y'all, that we can make sure that happens as soon as possible. So if you find yourself, go for it, Emma.
Sorry, Ben. It might actually take up to 24 hours to be reflected on the mining game because each one is actually generated uniquely with a different color, and then also needed to synchronize it with our backend, and also on the OpenSea, you're able to see it probably within 24 hours.
Emma, this is why you're the head honcho. You're so smart. This is why you're the CEO, right?
It's possible that obviously we have the sync assets button on the NFT mining platform, so you can attempt to do the sync assets as well, and that may very well work. But it's important to remember, and we really should underline here that this is completely new tech all the way around. It's coded from start to finish by our dev team, who I think have done an amazing job, obviously working with the Chainlink dev team as well. So of course, things take a little bit of time to synchronize with the blockchain, to synchronize with the APIs, which are basically just scripts that OpenSea use to pick up. And obviously then we read from some of OpenSea's APIs to display as well for the NFT mining. So it just takes a little bit of time. That's all. And obviously we're always looking to improve and optimize that flow as much as possible. But yeah, please be a little bit patient.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many. We have such an amazing and understanding community. I see that Jim, one of our biggest fans on Telegram, is here today. So it's always great to see our amazing community members pop in here. Keenan, I have to ask, are you yourself getting a Zorare right now?
I already got mine.
You already got one? No.
I got an uncommon. So that's
Try again. They are 16 different colors for those that if you wanted to have, if you want to collect all of them, they are 16 colors.
I kind of as soon as Emma went to this site, I kind of peeked at what that URL was and
wow, he's fast.
Yeah, that was quick, man. No joke. That was quick on the trigger. A couple questions that we're gonna answer just while we're getting all this stuff done. Just looking at the YouTube chat here. Articulate Design ASMR asks, you
got my favorite color, Emma.
Wow.
I like this one too. Just let me go to my Guardian just to make sure
the
that's
gold
the
one. It's the gold one.
Wow, it's pretty.
Oh, it's the common.
Wow,
it's common. No,
it's
rare.
Oh,
wow. You're so lucky. You take everyone's look away.
This is our CG account. It's not ours.
So Emma, I have to ask you: are we doing the? I know we were planning on doing for Legendary. If we minted a Legendary that was going to be retained and used for charity, are we doing the same for Rare, or will this be distributed through our giveaway section as well?
I think we can give them away. Yeah.
I think
who wants to comment? Yeah, who wants to comment?
Emma, you're so kind.
I think it's. I think we should give Keenan the the opportunity to pick the rare winner. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, Keenan. Just so you know what that means, right? That means everyone's going to be upset with you, so I'm okay with Keenan picking.
sounds like great responsibility.
Let me mint another one. While you guys talk.
That's the last one, Emma. You don't mint it.
No. I only mint the.
You only minted two so far.
Yeah. The one I
Yeah.
was minting earlier is because I had to test it to turn it on, right? Because we actually put it offline. But to test it, you actually have to mint one in order to turn on the website. Anyway, let me
Right.
mint another one. People wanted to see. I have a feeling I'm gonna get a comment.
Keenan, you're getting schmoozed in chat already, buddy. Just so you know, you'll get schmoozed beforehand. It's kind of the calm before the storm.
They know
right?
how it works.
All right, so
Miraculous says you have good hair, Keenan.
Right. Oh, that's great. So Articulate Design ASMR asks, is this only purchasable in wrapped ether?
I don't think it's wrapped ETH. It's just ETH, isn't it, Em?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
think
this-
just ETH.
Are these purchased with wrapped ether? So yeah. Okay.
No, it's just regular ETH.
Just ETH, not wrapped ETH. Yeah.
Splendid.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually just, you can only purchase it just on our website right now because of this randomness function. And once it's minted, you should be able to see it on OpenSea within 24 hours. So we're actually just working with OpenSea and said, oh my God, this is so new. How is it going to show up? Because you can't really show up right away. Like unlike our old NFT, this one is like you have to wait until it's generated, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then we know which color you're going to get. So
Yeah, I saw some questions regarding my swords back here, right? And I just figured, like, if we're going to have such a stud silver slicer that we're presenting on our screen with Zorare, why not have the swords? Am I right? So.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nice, Ben. Very, very smooth, man. Very smooth. Very smooth.
Thank you.
I'm going to have my big poster of the beautiful comic, so I don't even care.
that's what you think.
Yeah, and I see another
I know
question here in the YouTube chat. How many total mints is Zorare? Is it going to be 200 or 300?
Oh, this person knows our ecosystem.
Yeah, they do.
I think we say 300, right?
I think so, yeah. But I guess probably like most Guardians, after a while, will turn stuff off. So, you know, I would imagine that we would probably take this website down and thus the opportunity to mint your Guardians with it. Usually do that within like 1 to 2 months usually. So
Yeah,
Beautiful.
but 300 is the max right now. Yeah.
yeah, 300. There won't be more than 300, but yeah, likely less depending on how many are minted.
Right, yeah.
And I guess depending on how many legendaries are minted, if people get legendaries, they'll definitely stop minting.
You know, I think Rob's internal policy here is once the legendaries get minted, or he is factually not going to get one, we're going to cut it all off, right?
Pretty much.
Oh, that's great. Awesome.
Pretty much. It's the one little element of power that I can keep within a decentralized project.
Yeah.
Right now, anyway.
Yeah, no joke.
I'm Emma's the boss, man. You know, she tells me exactly what I'm doing and when, mate.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, a lot of the things we're able to do as a project on the ChainGuardians side of things comes from Emma. So when the community is happy, just know that 99.9% of the time it's coming from the boss lady herself, wanting to do everything we can to maximize the sentiment that the community feels towards the project. So
yeah, blame the 1% on Robbie.
See, this is why I'm on these live streams, because clearly not only does she have bad internet but bad math as well, because 99.9 makes 0.1%, Emma, not 1%. I'm gonna tell your brother. I'm gonna tell your brother because he's our numbers guy. He's gonna have to take you back to school.
You know what this means, right, Rob?
What's that?
This means that you are confirmed in the 0.1% now.
Oh, this one's not bad. This is a nice color too.
You need to stop. Today. You need to stop this because I feel like you're stealing everybody's look from the community right now. Because I think that's another either uncommon or rare. Poor Keenan just minted a common, and you're here just minting all of the uncommon and rares.
Is that an uncommon then, Emma?
It's uncommon. It's actually a nice color too. Yeah, I want a purple one. Okay, I'm gonna use my own wallet after the show.
Awesome.
This will be addictive.
Okay, well,
we got
Emma,
3.
that is
pretty ones too.
Amazing. So we have all three of those minted. Let's move to the Q&A section here, just because I know that we're getting pretty close to the end here, unfortunately, because it seems like we just enjoy our live streams too much. It always ends up getting a little short in time. We want to make sure we address as many of these as possible. So let me open up the document here, and we'll kind of rotate between y'all. And just keep in mind, as we're going through this, once I ask you a question, kind of keep in the back of your head like what your favorite question is that you're being asked. And Keenan, it looks like we're gonna do two of your favorite questions, one for the swag pack, one for the rare Zorare, and then Rob, you'll get a chance for one favorite question, Emma, you as well. So that way we kind of keep it all evened out. And I'm not going to disclose any usernames or anything like that, so we avoid bias on that front, okay? All right, let's get moving into things here. The first question, let's see here. Has Chainlink thought of different ways to utilize the VRF for the mining systems? For example, randomizing if someone gets a CGC, Bondly, or Mix block, and implementing this for future mining opportunities.
So I feel like that's probably less of a question to be directed at Keenan.
Correct.
Right? More
we'll go to either you or Emma for that one, just because that does dive a little bit further into our platform.
Yeah. So I can answer that, Emma. Can you answer that as our head boss lady?
No.
Right, so it falls to the second in command.
The 0.1%, man.
The 0.1%. Yes, absolutely. So let's cards on the table. It's a complicated process to call upon the VRF. You need to have quite a lot of link to enable that, and that's not because of Link's tech. It's just because basically you obviously need like fees and stuff for the oracles and whatever else that are used. So it's actually quite expensive to actually call on the VRF right now. Therefore, to do it on like such a consistent basis, as in like for the NFT mining, where we're basically saying, okay, the VRF, we're gonna prove who won this block for the bond lane, prove who won this block for the mix and CGC and CGG and our other partner tokens, DDIM and whatever else, would be astronomically expensive right now. And that's not just because of the link, it's because of the ETH as well, because you've got that dual kind of what Emma talked about, the dual calls there, which go on. So there are ways to combat that. For example, using like layer 2 solutions like Matic. I think maybe Evergochi did something similar. I know that our tech team had some kind of technical challenges with regards to like all sorts of kind of scaling and stuff like that. So I'm not obviously a blockchain dev, so if we had Magnus on the call, he'd probably be able to tell you a bit more of that, or even Todor from the Chainlink side. But right now, the kind of the long and short of that is quite expensive to do. So right this second, no. But definitely as and this is part of what we were referring to earlier when we talked about those longer term goals, absolutely, yeah. Hope that answers the question.
No, I think that does a great job kind of covering all bases there. Keenan, you might be able to talk a little bit about this one. Will Link ever be able to get its own world in the RPG, and to what degree will Chainlink be able to participate on our platforms? And if you want to call the lifeline on and bring Head Honcho in here, you can do that as well.
I might have to phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Well, we'll count this as your question, and we'll phone a friend. How about that, buddy?
Okay. Emma, what do you think?
I love it. Oh, I didn't know that we're friends.
Well, we can now confirm that we have created a wonderful friendship here today, right?
Yeah, of course. I think there's always opportunity to create a game world for with different platforms. That's what we have been also doing with other partners. And then especially with Chainlink, something that we will definitely can discuss. Interesting question that, with the strong Chainlink community, they really wanted to, integrate it with a game ecosystem to see the little Chainlink characters start fighting within their own game world, representing like a Chainlink game world. It would be very fun, I think. Yeah, definitely something that we can explore.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I
I
know.
like this. Oh, your friend.
Yeah, no, I dig it. Especially because the Chainlink community is so passionate. I mean, I snuck over on a couple of your social medias here, Keenan, just over the last day or two to kind of do a deep dive. But y'all's community is so passionate. So it's cool to see kind of your advocates come forth and be able to look at all the different ways that we can kind of move forward with what we have laid out in front of us here.
Yeah, they have good ideas. I like to have fun.
Yeah, no joke, man. No joke. I know you talked about your swag packs and how popular they are and stuff. So I know you have a bunch of people that are excited for those Chainlink swag packs that we have coming up. All right, let's move forward here. So this question talks a little bit about kind of the PvP mode. Are there any planned upgrades coming to the Chain Guardians PvP mode? Sometimes there's some bugs. Is there a way to implement fights against bots or PvP so you can basically test your strategy and your teams? And we'll go to Rob for that one. I know you're pretty passionate about talking about kind of the RPG side of things. So basically, to sum it up, it's just looking at what are the planned upgrades? Can we talk about any of them? I know we have a really, really cool announcement coming later this week for some lucky CGG holders regarding this kind of question. So if you want to talk about that, you can. If you want to leave people in suspense, that's kind of a 0.1% decision type of platform there.
The boss says that I reveal too much as it is, so I'm actually gonna, on this one rare occasion, on this Zorare occasion, I'm going to. You see what I did there? Yeah, that's why I'm the wordsmith, Ben. I'm going to hold that back. But yeah, we do have a really exciting announcement, and it's all moving towards that play to earn. As you know, actually a lot of stuff is ready in the background with regards to the developments, but wherever there's large scale kind of opportunity for exploitation with regards to cryptocurrencies and value, right, we have to make sure that community is protected as well as the project. So we're consistently white hacking and testing that, and we don't feel quite confident for some of that to be released yet. However, one of that we are confident with now, and we're going to announce that I think Friday, so that if you are a CGG holder and you have got an X amount, I don't think it's a huge amount actually, you've got opportunity to get involved with some of the kind of early testing for some of those play to earn functionalities coming in Friday. In terms of the PvP and the questions around PvP, if I'm not mistaken, there is going to be like a non sort of play to earn version whereby actually you can basically play with every character, do everything you can in the RPG, but none of the kind of play to earn functionalities are enabled. So it's like a soft version of the game, and ultimately as well, you know, it offers opportunities for users to really enjoy the game as is a game, as opposed to all the blockchain integrated kind of you know, play to earn mechanics and blockchain tech elements that are integrated there. So it's a way to, you know, also support onboarding the traditional gaming space and also enabling opportunity for mobile development too. So the answer to that is yes. There'll be some kind of like a soft version of the game where all the PvP battles can be simulated and stuff as well. So
splendid. Yeah, I mean, you are definitely the wordsmith, man. So smooth as always, smooth and silky as your hair, mate. Telling you, right? All right. So Emma, this question might kind of be directed towards you.
About my chair?
I see
people commenting about my chair.
Yeah, a lot of people about the chair, definitely. Keenan, just to let you know, some of these questions that I'm seeing here kind of edge upon maybe going a little too in depth with like asking what is Chainlink's partnership roadmap and things you probably don't want to discuss about. So just in case, I kind of want to kind of put you on the radar that we might have to do like a quick little trivia for your last question here, bud. So if you want to come up with a quick question where we can have someone kind of come up with the fastest answer.
Like if someone has like a question now and you want to drop it into like the YouTube here. Real quick, just around like Chainlink, maybe about like how like VRF works, more technical level.
Yeah, definitely keep it more
30-second delay. So if when you hear this,
once more,
I saying that I know there's a little bit of delay onto the YouTube, so when they hear this, yeah, feel first one to drop a question in there.
Sweet, let's go with that. I dig it.
Roll with it.
Ooh. It's intense.
Yeah, no, the suspense of coming up with a really high quality Chainlink question here.
I liked the question that was up here, and it asked, does ChainGuardian have plans for using the VRF? Is it only for the Zorare, or are these for all characters that you're using? And is there like other plans with it? And maybe just like specifying that the VRF is used with what characters?
We
Yeah.
actually internally talk about it. That we
Yeah,
actually
we
wanted
did.
to actually incorporate it definitely into the future Auto Guardian, and it's more than just the color that we can adopt the function. There are also stats, and there are many ways that we can utilize this VRF. So it's definitely something that we're looking at it as the whole ecosystem. But this
Yeah,
is
and
almost like a proof of concept, right? To say, that's it, we can do this.
Yeah, I think
Go
as
ahead.
well, like, it depends on obviously the kind of demand from the community too, because I think, when we first started looking at VRF, we had some considerations with regards to like, basically like gacha and certain regulations in certain countries around the gacha system, which is like, essentially it's like rolling the dice. It's about luck and where VRF falls within that as well. So I think that dependent on, let's say, certain decisions with regards to like enabling VRF wholesale, we need to consider that, and it's a real consideration that we need to have. But I definitely think that there are many ways that we want to look to implement VRF that doesn't always revolve around, let's say, necessarily gambling. Like, for example, it could be looking at like critical hits, for example, within the RPG. Yeah. So there's loads of unique little ways that it can be implemented that don't have to rely on, for example, let's say a financial value determining the outcome of, let's say, an NFT rarity or whatever. So part of the reason why we even initially did just color as opposed to full-scale stats, which we could have done with this on this time round, was around obviously that whole thing around like gacha and the gambling aspect of it. So I think there are a lot of there's so many opportunities for implementing VRF that don't just rely on like an arbitrary, let's say, gambling aspect of finance, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, great question. I'm just looking through here. Did you get a username for that question that you chose there?
That was Mirdul Singh.
Yeah, Madhu Singh.
Let me scroll up here. I'm seeing some very passionate people get some questions out. There we go. Okay, yeah, no, very, very active community members. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. So we will get him added to the list as well. Do we have time for a couple more questions, or what's y'all's thought here? Do we want to try to wrap it up here?
We actually have a meeting.
Yeah, have a meeting. Okay, well, let's see here.
Have we got all the winners, Ben? Have we picked enough winners?
I think there were 3 questions that were just answered correct. We had Rob answer the first one, Keenan phone in a friend, and then no, that's 4, right?
And then also we got one for the person that gets noise question, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we had that's 4. So I guess we'll go with those winners, and then the winner that already claimed noise question as well. So the questions that were answered from Twitter, we will reach out to you on Twitter. The person managing the back end side of things has all those names. I'll make sure that we're able to link up with the selections over there. And then obviously we'll reach out to the other individuals who I have already been in communication with on Discord regarding anything YouTube related as well. So any closing words?
Like Bogdan, if you want to like reach out to me on Twitter, if you posted that on Twitter earlier too, feel free to reach out to me. Can definitely get you a Chainlink shirt.
Awesome. And then I guess before we leave here, Keenan, talk to me about, out of the questions that we answered, the phone in a friend or the one you just selected on YouTube, which one of those is going to be getting the rare Zorare?
Ooh.
Oh wow!
This is where you lose friends, buddy. I'm telling you.
You cannot call that person for,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
for
to do
the
the
answer next time.
phone a friend one.
The phone a friend one. All right.
Yeah, that will solve the problem, and then Bogdan and Merge, I can get you guys swag packs.
Beautiful.
Very kind of you, Keenan. Thank you very much on behalf of the community. It's amazing.
Absolutely. All right. My wonderful panel, do we have any closing thoughts?
I just want to say thank you so much for, to Keenan and the Chainlink team for being part of the entire journey, exercising so much patience and thoughtfulness, and just working with us so professionally. And I'm really keen to obviously continue our relationship with Keenan and all the team at Chainlink, for future developments. So yeah, just a massive thank you, Keenan, for joining us and giving up your really precious time. And I know you're a busy man, so thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Appreciate everything you're doing, and yeah, it's been great work with you, and congratulations on this launch and all the success. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, as
Thank
always,
you.
it's always such a pleasure to be able to work with you, Keenan, and I know we were and continue to be ecstatic for the opportunity. And as always, everyone, thank you for tuning into our live stream. All links to Chainlink's social media is down in the description below, ChainGuardians as well. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because everyone that was here today knows that if you want the best deals, it's going to happen on the live streams. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a great day.
注がれた光の雨瞳に映ったこの世界を守るため立ち向かうそれは心も痩せが市街の隅でまた霞み始めてる決意揺らぎそうでも閉ざされた空その鍵を